Welcome to Learn to Live Stress-Free. This is Christine Wright with Dr. Robert Wright Jr. of www.stressfreenow.info.
Hi, this is Dr. Bob coming to you today from, let's see where we are, Sydney, Canada.
Nova Scotia.
Sydney, Nova Scotia,
This
Canada.
is Cape Breton Island. We're in Cape Breton Island.
We're on Cape Breton Island, and I have here an amazing guy named Matthew. It took me 3 times to remember his name. I don't know why I wasn't remembering his name, but it's Matthew. And Matthew, what would you describe this? This is not like a blacksmith. What is this?
I'm a blacksmith.
You're a blacksmith. That's what it is. So I want to give people an idea of what we're talking about here. Look at this equipment he has. He's got some kind of furnace here, and he's got all kinds of tools going on. And here we'll get some better pictures of that. So Matthew, tell viewers a little bit about yourself. Were you born here in on this island?
Yeah.
You're a real Canadian?
Yeah, I was born and raised here. I grew up in a little town about 20 minutes from where we are right now.
Okay.
Down in Dominion, yeah.
Right.
And, yeah. I don't know. I grew up, I did construction work for the past 20 years. I was a farmer for a while, and now I'm a blacksmith.
Okay, so how is it that you came to do this work, doing blacksmith? This is something, from like 150 years ago, when you had horses and things like that. And so it's amazing. This is like as a craftsman that you're actually doing this. Tell the audience how you came to be doing this.
Well, I started out as a farmer, so I picked this up because I thought it'd be a useful skill to have so that I can make my own, latches and hinges and stuff.
Oh, I see. Right.
And then, after a while, I eventually got kind of out of the farming and more into this. And I had all this stuff I made, so I decided I'd go sell some at the craft fairs.
Okay.
And when I did that, I didn't even know if anybody was going to buy anything. But it turned out to be very popular.
Oh, really?
Yep. So after that, this opportunity came along, so we jumped on it.
Okay.
Now, we have our own small-scale blacksmith shop on the go.
Okay, so when you said you were a farmer, when you were farming, what were you farming?
Meat. I raised cows, sheep, goats, chickens, everything.
Okay, and you had a butchering operation also?
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
I farmed and caught meat. That was
Wow.
Yep.
Okay, and so I hear you using the term we. Who is we? You have a partner or?
I do. My girlfriend Jody. She looks after the technical side of things.
Okay.
I'm not so good at that part.
Yeah.
I'm really good at hitting stuff with a hammer. I'm not so good at writing letters and using software and stuff.
Right, I understand. I had that same issue. I used to say to my wife, "You make me look smart," and because she was really good at all the back end technical stuff, and also when things would go wrong, she would be like a pit bull. She would stay working on it until she figured it out.
Yeah.
And I would just please, give me a beer, you know what I mean? And I'll take a look at it next week,
Yeah.
But, and so it's, women play an important role in our lives. Okay, so explain this thing that you're heating up now. Why are you heating it up?
I gotta heat it up, but it makes the metal soft, so that when I can shape it with the hammer.
Okay, so tell our audience what you were telling me earlier. What type of metal? You said you're using a special type of steel.
Right now, I'm just using mild steel. That's what I'm using.
Say what type of steel?
Mild steel.
Mild steel. So explain what that is.
It's like steel that has a lower carbon content. It's good for a lot of things, but it wouldn't really be very good for making tools out of knives and stuff.
Okay, so it's not a structural type
You
thing.
can use it a bit structurally, yeah, but it wouldn't be like a tool steel,
Okay, so what's the flash point of that metal? Where does it have to get so that you can make it malleable?
Well, I'd probably get it up around 1,500 degrees right now. This will go up to 2,000 degrees, but I usually don't go up that hot unless I'll do a forge weld or something like that, you know what I mean?
Okay, so when you know, a lot of us have seen movies, right? And so we see the movies with the guy, the blacksmith, is doing horseshoes.
Yeah.
What temperature? So they'd be using some type of forge. What kind of temperature to do like a horseshoe, for example, would you need? Would this be adequate?
Probably the same as I'm doing here.
Okay, so that's not an issue. Okay, this is fantastic. Okay, so I just want to get, what is the name of this place where we are? So people, when they come here, we're at the cruise terminal in Sydney.
Yep, this is the Joan Harris Cruise Pavilion.
So say that name again.
The Joan Harris Cruise Pavilion.
Joan Harris Cruise Pavilion in Sydney, Nova Scotia. And now there was another name when I went inside the flea market. They were using Brett something.
Cape Breton.
Cape Breton.
Because we're an island off the coast of Nova Scotia, right? We're still part of the province of Nova Scotia, but we're our own island as well.
Okay, so this is actually Sydney, Cape Breton, Nova Scotia,
Sydney,
Canada. Okay, I want to get it clear. The reason that I mention that is because one of the nice ladies inside, she showed me a map. I think her name was Ruth, and she was very, very knowledgeable about. She said she's been doing this.
Very nice lady.
Oh, so you know her?
Yeah.
Yeah. She showed me several maps explaining how when you look down, how close it is to Maine and the other places.
We're really close to Maine, actually.
Right, and so that's what I've been surprised at. There are many names here in Canada where you see in other places. So I was told that this Sydney was before Sydney, Australia. So I've been hunting around for a cap, trying to find a Sydney cap so I could trick people.
Yeah.
And I go, I bet you didn't know there was a Sydney, Canada.
Yeah.
And so that's a pretty amazing kind of thing.
I know there was two people that boarded a plane. They thought they were going to Australia, and they ended up here.
Oh, that's nice. So what is your name? Are you a local?
Yeah,
Okay, and so what is your name?
Lawrence Stewart.
Lawrence. Okay, and so you're saying some tourists thought they were going to Sydney, Australia, and they ended up here?
Yeah, and they enjoyed themselves here. They went around the Cabot Trail. This was in the fall. They went around the famous Cabot Trail,
Okay.
and they saw the sights. And rumor has it they got a summer home down this way.
Oh wow, that's fantastic.
People from England that got relatives, got ancestors from down, people from down here.
Right.
My ancestors came from England.
Okay,
England, Ireland, and Scotland, and a little bit of France.
fantastic. So this.
Probably pretty hot right now.
Okay, so we're going to start up. He's going to show. So thank you so much for coming in.
Yeah, I always come down when the crew. I'm waiting for the bigger ones to come in.
Oh, the bigger ships.
Yeah.
Right. And what's interesting, I found the people here very, very friendly,
Yeah,
and
they are.
the
My father
energy.
used to work on Coast Guard ships on the icebreaker.
Right. So I'm going to get some pictures here. All right. Thank you. All right. So here, Matthew has started to do some of his work with his anvil, and actually the anvil and the hammer. And so, as you can see, he's sticking it into the furnace here. And he was saying this furnace is about 1,500 degrees.
If you want to come right over this side, I'll show you a quick demonstration. How's that?
Oh, okay. Let me come over here. Okay, great. Thank you. Sorry, excuse me. Okay. Excuse me.
How are you?
Okay, great. Okay, so here we're going to go with a demonstration. Hold on, let me just grab my tripod. Okay, thank you so much. Appreciate it. I'm from New York, so I got to know where things are at all times. Okay, great. Okay, so here we are with Matthew, and he is going to do a demonstration, and I'm trying to make sure that the video camera doesn't get wet, because that's not a good idea. And so, yeah, I'm ready. So here he goes. He's taking this here, and he's putting it in some type of vise, right? And so you can see the embers, and he's going to twist it. I'm going to stand back because I don't want to get that stuff is real. It's 1,500 degrees, and so And I noticed that, Matthew, you're not wearing any gloves or any kind of protection.
No, certain times I do, but for the most part I don't. I find gloves make me more clumsy, to be honest with you.
Oh, they make you clumsier.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so now he is going to hammer. So just tell the audience what it is that you're doing. You put the steel in the vise, and what was the purpose of that?
Right now, this is just a small demonstration I do for people when they want to see a demonstration. This is an example of a twist. It's the most basic twist you can do. I might use this twist like if I made a wall hook or something like that. I might put a twist like that in the wall hook, and it'll make it a little bit more fancy. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I'll show
it.
you what I mean.
Okay, so now I see that. I noticed that you didn't put it in the water.
Yeah.
Okay, that means that if you put it in the water, that solidifies it more.
Sometimes when you put steel, if you quench steel in water, right, it hardens the steel and it makes it brittle. So a lot of times it's good to leave it cool off naturally. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay, so most people wouldn't know that because they always show the steel being put in the water.
Or oil. Like
Oil?
Forged in Fire, and the show Forged in Fire on history, they put in oil.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Interesting.
Here's an example of a hook with a twist in it, like I just did. See?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Very nice. Very
good.
nice. So who would you say is your average customer? People come off the cruise ship and they're fascinated, or locals are buying your stuff? What
I get a lot of business off the cruise ships, but I get a lot of business from the locals too. The locals like coming down here and watching me and buying my stuff. Yeah.
Wow, amazing. So I have to ask you this. You've got these incredible tattoos here, and
thank you.
and I've been paying more attention to tattoos because I'll be honest, I don't understand what getting tattoos is all about, but it seems that most people do. I know I was in Tonga back in 2008, and they had the young virgins that they were going to do some kind of initiation ceremony, and they started tattooing them. And I was asking them, like, aren't you afraid? Isn't this painful? So tell us, okay, so this is your right arm, and so tell people what this is about.
Well, 1983 was the year I was born.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
And all these numbers and symbols and everything is all to do with family. Like I have like my grandmother's birth date and stuff in there. And then this number 8 is actually for the shovel.
What do you mean the shovel?
Well, Cape Breton here, our main industry was coal mining, right?
Okay.
So, yeah. My grandfather was a miner. I grew up in an old mining town.
Wow.
Yeah. Mining is kind of my heritage.
And what were they mining? Coal?
Coal, yeah.
Oh, coal miners.
And
Okay.
as I got older, like, yeah, I went into the construction business.
Okay.
Concrete in particular. But, like, I shoveled a lot of gravel. So the number 8 is the name of a shovel. It's the number 8 shovel. It's used for shoveling stone.
Okay, so is that a part of, that's not a manual shovel, that's like a steam shovel. It's attached to equipment,
No,
right?
it's a manual shovel.
A manual shovel that you're lifting?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, and it's called a number 8 shovel. Okay, so what is this here? What
That's
is
just
this?
like flames and stuff, you know.
Okay, and so now on your left arm, hand and arm, and I notice it's going up. You have a full sleeve, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is all.
If you lift this up here,
It's all horror movie.
oh my
characters.
gosh! I'm horrified. No, I think some people would want to see that. Let me see that. Oh my gosh! So, Dawn of the Dead.
Yep.
That's a movie, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And so this is what the main character. He looks like Jason. You know that
That's
guy.
Hannibal
Jason.
Lecter and Pinhead.
Oh, that's Hannibal. Oh, okay. And does it go all the way around?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So can you? So I understand why you did the first one. What's the second one about? Why did you do a whole sleeve of that?
I like horror movies.
Okay, it's that simple, right?
Yeah.
I understand. And
Both action and horror.
so here I'm going to ask you a question of a novice,
Okay.
a person that's never had a tattoo. Does it hurt?
Yes, it hurts.
It hurts. Now, some people, like I've seen women, they have tattoos on their here under their necks, on the side of their neck. That has to hurt like heck.
Yeah, well, you know, it depends on where you get it, how much it hurts.
Right. So now, when the person was doing this tattoo, did they do the tattoo in stages?
I didn't get it all done at the same time, no.
Right. So they did. They started. So how over what length of time? Over a month? Over 2 months?
I don't know, a couple months probably.
Wow. Wow. And so, in terms of the care, because I know, when I look at the tattoos, I'm worried when somebody show me a fresh tattoo, I'm always worried about infection. Because that's what I'm thinking about. And so, like, the person that did your tattoos, what did they do to make sure that it was safe and you didn't get infected?
Well, the main thing is you got to be clean. You got to make sure everything's clean in the first place, right?
So that means you got to have shower before you come in?
Yeah. No, their equipment all has to be cleaned and sterilized.
Yes.
And everything.
Okay.
A lot of them use equipment like fresh out of the package.
Okay.
The package in front of you.
Right.
And after that, it's just keep it clean when you go home. Like wash it every day, make sure.
Okay. Okay. And so, do you have people coming up to you giving you compliments on the tattoos?
Not as much as I used to, I guess. It's just like that was a long time ago for me, that part of my life. So
okay. So it sounds like you've done what many people have done in their lives, which is to reinvent themselves. Like you said, you started out farming.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't use that.
So how would you describe it?
Me as a person, I constantly got to be learning new things. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Constantly.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's very good. Yeah, so that's part of when you reinvent. You're not static. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, do you find this to be fun?
Oh yes, I enjoy it very much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel very fortunate that I get to do this all the time.
And I'm hoping when I come back, the rain has stopped, because I just want to show people your other room where you have things. It's just that it's because it's raining. Okay, so we're going to wind down this portion of our show. So Matthew, tell people how they can reach you and connect with you. And so I also want to know, which some people will want to know, can they buy from you over the internet?
Okay, my business name is Murky Fathoms Forge. If you look up Murky Fathoms Forge on Instagram, you'll find us.
So wait, so that's Murky Bottoms Forge?
Murky Fathoms.
Murky Fathoms Forge.
Yep.
Is it .com?
Just Murky Fathoms Forge on Instagram.
On Instagram. Okay, yep. That's Instagram.
Yeah, so if you just look for that, you'll find me. But we don't have an online store set up yet, but we're working on it. It's on the list of things. But if you follow me on Instagram, you'd be able to, find out when that's going to be.
Okay, so is there any other way other than Instagram can people find out about you?
I have a YouTube channel also. It's called The Birch Street Homestead.
Okay, say that again.
The Birch Street Homestead.
The Birch Street Homestead.
Yep.
Okay, that's fantastic. So this is Dr. Bob, the stress and pain relief doctor, coming from Sydney. Give me the other.
Cape Breton, Nova Scotia.
Cape Breton, Nova Scotia. I'm going to try that again. Sydney, Cape Breton, Nova Scotia, Canada.
Yeah.
And so this is the eastern part of Canada, above Maine. So this is an amazing place, because I was here a few days ago and I didn't get off the ship. But I am so happy that I had an untoward incident this morning, and it caused me to get off the ship, and I met Matthew. So Matthew, I want to thank you, and I want to do a part 2 before I go. It's raining here, audience, so I'm trying to keep my camera dry. So Matthew has been very patient with me. So Matthew, just tell me, what is this thing over here? I've been looking at this helmet. What is that?
Welding mask.
Oh, that's a welding mask.
Yeah.
Oh, because
I don't really do a lot of welding, but it's there if I need it. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. Because I met, I know of 2 young people that they went recently through welding school training in Florida. There's some kind of school down there. Okay, so we're gonna sign this off because the rain is breaching this area. Okay, so this is Dr. Bob signing off with Matthew here in Sydney, Cape Breton, Nova Scotia, Canada. Until next time, from stressfreenow.info, be safe and be well.